Hey guys. How's it going? Hello, good people. Hold on. So here's the thought today, is that the hardware might not be bad after letting it sit on the bench for a while. It's possible solid state was bad. I have some evidence to support this. This is a hobby, so I'm not diving into this really deeply. But I'm going to take the PCIe and NVMe out of this guy that we were looking at earlier, and we're going to pop them into here. Oh, nope, we're not. I really started this whole thing. Hello, Styro Girl. I started this whole thing by wanting to pop this in, but this is a 16x slot. And that's a 8 and a 4. Oh, sorry, an 8 and a 1 slot. They're open! Yay! Okay, cool. Let's see if I can... Doop. I don't know if that adapter is going to work that way, though. Let's go ahead and pop out all the drives. Let's just make this thing really light. We're going to keep those in order, and we're going to set those out of frame. Okay, so let's take this computer, put you out of the way. That's a parts computer. Let's label it that way really quick. Parts. In my horrible chicken scratching. Cool. So let's see if we can fire this guy up. Come on, KVM cables. I suppose that's going to be long enough. And power from a battery backup across the room. Do you blow bubbles when you were a kid? What an odd question. Uh, can I, can I know what the thought train was that got you to that question was? Let's see if we can slide this over. Oh, it needs to be more this way. What is this, number 2? Number 2. All right, let's see what the boot menu has in store for us. Let me see if I can move that out of the way. UEFI shell and enter into setup. So let's go to boot, because I didn't install on there. Are we in secure boot? Nope, we are not in secure boot. Where is, probably under the boot tab, boot option, UEFI shell. Where is, why can't I find it? Interesting. Invite another host and go live together. Interesting. Hi, Socks. Hi, honey. Guys, this is Socks Proxy. Say hi, Socks Proxy. His name is Socks because of his back feet. The other cat is named Subnet. I'm not kidding. Good kitty. He's purring like a monster. Can you hear him? Anyways, all right, where's the... I need to... All right, boot options, boot mode, legacy. Let's save and reset. Let's get you guys in a little closer here. Doop, doop, doop. Oh, Kitty, what are you doing down there? Guess I gotta lean in close to this one so you guys can kind of even see what's going on. 11, enter boot menu. Come on. You can do it, computer. I still want to know where you got that bubbles question from. You gotta tell me, man. Oh, don't tease me. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Oh, it's certainly reading from it. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah! It can boot from the stupid SSD. That's fantastic. Why is it going so slow, though? It wouldn't happen to have anything to do that I put a 16 adapter into the stupid slot, would it? That is fantastical. Now, if only I could transfer. I'm going to have to try and see if I can boot back into. Yay! Oh, this makes me very happy. Okay, so now the idea is going to be I have to boot somehow back into this, or I'll just mount this, copy its files for the applications that I had on here, um, move that into here on the PCI NVMe, put those disks back in there, install. Um, oh, hey, holy crap! Who's giving me likes? Thank you very much. Um, Install the ZFS. Y'all got me tripping. Install ZFS on the PCIe NVMe that's already in here that we're now booted off of, and go from here. While we're here, let's do a quick benchmark of that NVMe. Disco. Are you going to let me do it? Benchmark partition. Start benchmark. Let's just do all the defaults. Finished in second. Average read rate 3.2 gigabytes per second. Holy crap. Okay. That's going to be one hell of a cache for the ZFS array. I could literally download at my um, full internet connection speed. That's going to be fantastic without hampering the disks. Oh, so happy. So happy. That's freaking crazy. 3.2 gigabyte average. It looks like we peaked out at 3450 megabytes per second. Also, hello. Ubuntu, love it. Yes, me too. And hello, whoever you are. Turkin like. I can barely see at this distance to my phone. Sorry. Um, so all this thing does is minimalism. So do I use the NVMe as just a pure cache drive, or do I use it as the operating system drive? And yeah, don't even try. I appreciate that. Do I use the NVMe as an OS drive and a cache drive, or do I use a thumb drive, load Ubuntu to RAM? Wow, I did not say that correctly. Load Ubuntu to RAM and use put my user mount on the NVMe, so that way I'm not loading the entire operating system from it. There is 16 gigs of RAM, so it would be sufficient. Oh, these stupid challenging questions that I come up with. What should I do it this way? Should I do it this way? What about this way? If I had more space in here, it wouldn't be a problem. I would just have multiple NVMe drives. Uh, it's German, but TikTok doesn't support the U with the two dots above it, so I have to write the UE, which dot 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 dot. Hey, there it makes it more confusing. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Um, so what do y'all think I should do? OS on NVMe, OS on USB with RAM, um, user drive on the USB. I don't know. It's complicated. Y'all be giving me likes. I love it. Thank you so much. Um, you know what? I don't store a lot on here. I really don't use this as a normal desktop. This is going to kind of be used in service mode. Um, so I think I'm going to repartition the NVMe, reinstall Ubuntu on it, because this is not in, is it? Oh, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to be able to shrink this partition though. Resize. How small can I go? Oh, I can go. Yay. All right, we'll do 40 gigs on the OS size, and we'll use the other partition as USB would be a bottleneck. Yes, I completely understand. Only during boot though. So if I set up grub in the kernel to execute um, into RAM at the very beginning, the entire operating system would run on RAM and be faster than the NVMe. But I'm going to go with the NVMe, and in fact, I'm going to use this install. I hate when I hit the error key on an error message just because I see something pop up. This is the first live I'm genuinely interested in. Thanks for doing this. Oh, yeah, man, totally. I try to do more stuff like this. If you look at my profile, there's a whole bunch of other videos like this on there. Then I also have a YouTube channel, Home Lab Tech Support. I post these lives there afterwards, just so people can see them. But I've done a bunch of tutorials and other stuff. So if you like this, you might like that content too. But thanks for saying so. Anyways, so I'm probably not the only one in the world that um, totally blows past error messages from just seeing it and out of muscle reflex being, oh yeah, I can just press enter through that. And be like, crap, I actually probably should have read that. All right, resize. Error unmounting, blah, blah, blah. Target is busy. So I'm going to have to boot to the thumb drive. So it's pointless at this point to try and resize that because I don't even have what I need on there. All right, you know what? We're just going to shut this down. Whoop, pull the power. We're going to boot to the thumb drive. Where's my USB to SATA? So I could plug this guy in. I don't want to plug the power in yet. Hold on. I'll be right back. Leaving frame. Okay, but did not remember. Thank you for doing this. Okay. Cool. So let's go ahead and boot to that USB. Did you know that if you download Ubuntu and you put it on a USB drive, and then you go to boot that USB drive, you can actually edit the grub startup file, and you could tell that live. Oh, thank you, 1991. You could edit the grub file of that USB live disk so that you load into RAM. That way, if you're trying to boot multiple machines for whatever reason, you could use one thumbstick and they'll all just load the entire Linux kernel and all of their files straight to RAM, so you're not running off of that thumb drive. Load. But albeit on me to remember what the crap that command is, so we're not even going to try it. Although I think I may have modified grub permanently for that thumbstick. When did you start loving computers? God, so young. I think 8 or 9 years old. My dad. There we go. My dad brought home a. Apparently, I can't think and type, or think and talk at the same time. My dad brought home a old Compaq computer that had Windows 95 loaded on it. My favorite Redbeard. Yo. Oh, thanks, man. He brought home a computer that had Windows 95, and I remember, when I wanted to try and get on the internet, to use dial-up was one thing, but also, if you're not familiar, Windows 95 did not have TCP/IP enabled by default. What field of IT do you work in? Yes. Everything, literally everything. I own and run an IT company here in Florida, and I am the chief engineer for the company, so I have to be versed in every area effectively. A jack of all trades, a master at none, but certainly better than one. Um, so crap. What the crap was I saying? Dad, right, brought me home a Windows 95 computer, and you could dial out with it, but it did not have TCP/IP loaded. So when you go to your network interface and you want to set static in a Windows computer, you have to go right-click Properties, and then you double-click on TCP/IP4. Well, now we also have IPv6, but that wasn't in there. You literally had to click the Add button there first to add TCP/IP. And so that was a really interesting thing that was a really interesting thing that I had to. Oh no, reconnect. Okay, cool. My battery's getting low, so I don't intend to stop this stream anytime soon. But give me 1 sec. I gotta go get a charger. I'll be right back. What did it say? And you had to have the disc. Yes, that is true. Um, Good catch because I totally forgot about that. That was like when I was 9 years old. I'm like 30 something now. So, anyways, be right back, guys. Okay. Just gotta plug this in. Sorry, I've had a floppy version of whatever I was with there. Yeah. What did I say? CD-ROM? Sorry. shows shows how often I played with that. Windows 95 was the first, and then I started playing with 98, and then perpetually I went to XP, and I really don't remember much after that, anyways. Okay, so let's connect this and see what is on here. I might be able to just image this. Yeah, let's plug it in first. Why did I do that to myself? There's only two USB 3.0 ports on the back of this and two USB 2.0s. Do. Ba-ba-da. Come on, where is it? Yeah, see, little things like this. Okay, now it's starting to show up. 960 gig volume attached. Okay, 960 disk. So that is the EXT4. Is it mounted? It is! Cool! Is this computer on? This is. Let's shut this off so I can get this out of here. How do I want to do this? Suppose I could just I could just copy the whole thing. Okay, people are saying things. I bought a new PC almost every year, and I was going to use it as a server. Jumped straight into Linux. Good choice. Uh, Linux server because I wanted to learn it. I did a bit, but sadly my VMs were never wanted to start. There's so many things that could drive that incorrectly. Um, was virtualization support turned on in the BIOS? What age was the hardware at the time? What version of Linux were you using? What kind of hypervisor were you trying to use? Was it QEMU? Was it KVM? Were you trying to use ESXi back then? Please, for God's sakes, tell. Oh well, no, because you said Linux, so that wouldn't be Hyper-V. But anyways, Erikomolov. Hi, Erikomolov. I think I'm saying that right. Eriko Mirolov. Yeah, I'm botching that. You're sending me a whole ton of hearts, and I can't say your name. Hosts want to abstract jewelry. No, I don't know who abstract jewelry is. Anyways, so do I just copy all of this over the NVMe? Excuse me. How do I want to do this? First of all, I know I want my home directory out of here. Yeah, there's. Where's my. What's in bin? Am I actually in the right bin? Because that was a soft link. Are you off? Can I get you out of here now? I can. Awesome. Goodbye. Goodbye. Oh, this thing is still connected. I don't even think it's on. Oh, yep, that's totally on. Whatever. We're just going to pull it out because it's not doing anything. Whee! Disconnect things while it's live. Oh, I have like no foot space. All right, let's move you down so you're mostly out of the way. That's fine. Okay. So, we're in bin. I should have sorted this differently. Sort by, there we go. Sort. Fine, where's the, did you not install into bin? Oh, nope, that's my bad. You're going to be in lib, aren't you? Lib or lib32? Where'd you go? I love IT. I've been an IT support specialist for 3 years now. Yeah, I'm curious what you do as what's defined as a support specialist. It depends on what company, what part of the industry that you go to um, that role is going to be defined a little bit more differently. For us, a support specialist is someone that's just really good at taking care of frontline issues, but doesn't really have a ton of experience with doing engineering. Um, so level 1 and level 2 stuff is really what that's going to be. Hey, War God. Um, so dad jokes. Oh, hey man, come on, tell us a dad joke. I love a good dad joke. If one of my friends was in here, he'd tell you I call him almost every day, if not every other day, with a stupid dad joke. So now he answers the phone. All right, what's the joke of the day? The other day I didn't have one, so I had to be like, dude, I don't have a joke, but where do you want to go to dinner? So, yeah, that's fun. Dad joke. Where's the dad joke? Tell us a dad joke. Come on. Okay, cool. Um, crap. What was it? What was the program even called? This would help if I even knew what the crap I was looking for. BT something. Not in HIB here. Maybe lib32. Nope. 64. Nope. I don't know where the crap it installed to. That really, really sucks, though. Let's see if it's showing up. So let's see if I can actually boot from it, and then I'll just copy all the files that I need out of it. Because we're in live, it doesn't matter if we pull the plug. What do you call it when a bunch of rabbits take a step back? A hop back? I hop? Back hop? Back bunny? Throw it back? I don't know. What are you working on? Hi, War God. So this is an HP mini server. This is a Gen 10 version. I took the shell off because we're working inside of it. 16 gigs of RAM, quad-core processor, and it was having problems booting from this SSD. It's now external. It wasn't when it was. So I have a computer that's a little bit lower now that we've moved closer to the screen so you guys can kind of see. Let me pull you back a little bit. This system is a bit of an older DVR, but all it is inside is just a standard PC. This is from a live the other day. So I thought this was going to make a great system for putting 6 3.5 drives in here and maybe putting in another SSD or whatnot. There was a PCIe NVMe in here, which was great. But this is a i7 2000 series, and it's super old. And the motherboard is, well, it won't let me boot to. It won't let me boot to really the what I wanted to do is effectively what it came down to. But the front of it's really nice. couple of hot swap bays. They're just direct SATA back to the motherboard, so there's not even a controller card in there. Anyway, long story short, this motherboard, not the chassis would have been fine, would have worked great. Standard 24 pin plus 12 volt accessory cable. I would have loved to use this. I just don't have a spare motherboard laying around. And so the idea is that this seed box, yes, it is a seed box, but for Linux torrents, it also, why are you flashing red at me, my guy? That's fun. I got a red flashing error in here now, not that you can see it. Nope, still can't see it. Anyways, what was it going? Right, so I've been having problems with this. The operating system was loaded on here, and so I really wanted to get it a bit more stable, and I either continued with this hardware or I was going to go with this. I ideally wanted to go with this, 6 drives, 4 drives, yeah, so then I said, fuck it, the other day, and just put the whole project on pause. Now I kind of want to get it going again. So we get maybe 15 to 20 terabytes of seeding a month out of this little seed box. And so I connected it to DistroWatch via an RSS feed. So anytime a new Linux update is posted or an ISO, it pulls it down and just continues seeding it. And so I love giving back and contributing that way because I have just oodles and noodles of bandwidth at the house and, 3 different ISP connections. RAM sticks. That's nice. I'm working on an Alienware R3. Yeah, it's old, but it keeps breathing after I install my new... Keeps what? Why can't I read that? Oh, keeps crashing after I install my new RAM sticks. Well, you might want to look at those RAM sticks. Also, do 1 stick at a time. And if you have another system that's compatible with it, go test it in that system as well. When you boot to the 1 stick at a time, run a mem test on it. Download a Ubuntu ISO or just download mem test straight up. And just check each individual stick. Bad RAM's bad RAM, whenever you bought it, maybe you can return it. I don't know if you still have a warranty on it. So yeah, that's all I'm going down, and I figured I'd let you guys join in and go from there. So, looks like we have a few people with us. That's kind of cool. Okay, got it. Thank you. You are welcome. Look up. I had to correct my joke, but I did say the answer. Okay, cool. Let's go check it out. What do you call it when a row of rabbits takes a step back? A receding hairline. That's actually cute. I like it. And funny. I like it. Good spirit. Okay, so this is booting back up. Let's go back into the boot menu. See if we can directly boot to the USB. Ba, ba, ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. The stupid songs on TikTok are stuck in my freaking head, man. Like, I'll just walk around the house and the girlfriend will be like, hey, I'm like, yeah. And then other friends will start joining in with me. Boot menu, please. Come on. Hey, there we go. There we go. Cool. It's booting. Wait, I don't want you to boot to the internal NVMe. Maybe I need to... I don't know if you can see it, all of the blue flashing down here. Probably not. That's probably booting the NVMe. Oh, that definitely booted the NVMe if it's loading this quick. I think I'm just going to take the NVMe out of here. Yeah, that booted the stupid NVMe. All right, power off. And put it on its side. Take out the NVMe. Put that upside down. And we're going to run the server on its side because, sometimes we like to sleep on our side. Who knows? Price alert. Dogecoin is now doing something. Will I am the one. Hi, Will I am the one. Dogecoin is up 10%. I actually didn't realize the connection to you when I wrote it out. Sorry. Dude, it's cool. I like the joke, man. It's funny. It is all good. If I remove the thumb drive, will it auto boot automatically? Boot to the SSD? Let's find out. Yeah, I don't know where this 970 Evo came from, but yep. What's up? Say hello to TikTok. No, you don't want to say hello to TikTok? Okay. I got flipped off by my roommate who was behind the camera, so that was fun.
You still have all those hard drives that need to be.
Yeah, I got a whole crate of hard drives. Yeah, there's the whole thing down there. That whole gray crate is just full to the brim with a Y. What?
You should pay somebody.
Are you asking for a little bit of side work? Oh, this stupid SSD is not going to boot. Okay, so that's pretty clear where the issue was. So if we do a fresh install to that NVMe instead of this SSD, and somehow I can pull the files off of here, um, you know what? Fuck it. We're, we're just going to start with the fresh install on this thing. Yes, I threw an SSD, and I don't know if it works anymore. I was about to plug this in while the damn power was on. I got so close to that PCI slot, and I'm like, oh, hey, it's yeah, no, let's not do that. I can't hear you! Okay. Love the t-shirt. Yeah, it's got a little hole in it though. So I gotta get that fixed. Oh, by the way, it was a pretty new system. I was working on the Threadripper 1900, 32 gigs of RAM, 2.1 NVMe. An old GTX layer. Yeah, I would still recommend doing the one RAM stick at a time and running a test on it for about 24 hours if you can, if you got the time. Um, did I say a RAM slot? Uh, Ken, to make a quick resume, a quick resume on the Intel new. I'm confused at what you were trying to say, Fernando. Oh, good idea. Thanks. No, you said RAM stick. Oh, got it. For those that have just joined in, this little fat bastard is Sox Proxy. After Sox Proxy 2 or Sox Proxy 5. He's named Sox because his feet are white. And the other cat that I have, oh, can you make a quick resume on the new Intel CPU? Resume? Maybe you could retype your whole question for me, bud. Just not understanding. The other cat that I have is named Subnet. We also have Jasper and Miss Molly. Miss Molly Moo. They are all absolute purr buckets. And he's making biscuits on my arm. I don't know if that one is, but the one down here. Oh, I can't lift him that high. Okay, back to the computers. Oh, there you go, Socks. Cool. Tour. Okay. So the one that I was using was QBTorrent, and that was working okay. And I also liked its web interface, so I could check on it. I don't want to do set up live patch later. This is basically a really fresh install. Would you like to send this information? No. Privacy? No. You can use software to install these apps later. Great. Let's open terminal and update the system really quick. There we go. Sudo apt update. Oh, really helps if I plug in the Ethernet. There we go. Let's cancel out of that until we know it has an actual connection. And let's turn that just a little bit too. Do you just want to hear some specs? I guess, sure. I love that joke so much. Okay, cool. Oh, hey, look, it's even scanning my network and it found my printer. Okay, sudo apt update. Woo-wee! Look, go. I'll bring you guys close. One thing I got annoyed with is typing it out, the secure password of my root phone every time. Yeah, I could sudo u and switch user, or sorry, sudo su. Hey, how ironic. I'm here playing with my new pfSense hardware. Dude, I love pfSense. I really absolutely do. Christ, where is... We just had one die on us not too long ago. Here we are. What model even is this? This is one of the original ones. The logo is still got that red in it. This is a SG4861U. This thing was great to me, but literally this entire piece of this is just blank space. You know what? While that's updating, 334 packages can be updated. Run upgrade. Yes, upgrade. Let's go ahead and crack this open just for the funsies of it. Right now, I'm running on FordNet at the house because we have that at a lot of customers, so it lets me really take time to play with it, learn it, and just use my home as a testing environment. I have so many Protect Tellies, and dude, I'm going to warn you, man. We have gone through too many of them. Um, I mean, this was a Protect Telly as well. Front interface, back, and those two network ports on there. And the hardware would just start dying. We replaced, what was it, 5 or 6 of them in the course of 4 months. I don't know what it was. If there was like failed updates going on, or maybe it was stormy season, but for whatever it was, um, we had issues. But before we had issues, they were rock solid for like 2 or 3 years. So I think you're going to be fine for a little while. And as you continue to grow, you might find that different hardware is more appropriate. Oh, come on. Loosen the neck so I can spin you. There you go. Anyways, I just wanted to let you know that I have personally had issues. And just so you have that model number two, cripes on a stick. Where did I put that? Oh, I don't have the bottom plate to this anymore. So I have no clue. Do I even have some of those left? I feel like I had 3 in this room. Did I get rid of those 2? I guess I did. I have so much crap in this room. Anyways, may I ask what you work as? My official title is the chief engineer for our company. Um, I am part owner for our company as well. And really, my job is I just have to know and do everything from infrastructure to engineering to servers to customer relationships to contract and account management to cybersecurity to trends to literally everything. Um, yeah, maybe I spent quite a few on it. I hope to not spend anything ever on hardware again. Yeah, it's going to be good for you for a while. It really is. And honestly, you could go grab an old desktop and then grab yourself a little gigabit Ethernet card. I mean, this guy's really small. And pfSense just runs on anything. So if your Protect Heli does, um, am I on networking talk? Maybe. Welcome to the nerd room. This nerd room has anywhere from gun safes to hard drives to products to server rack to just knowledge talks to servers to literally everything. So yeah, I think you might have hit it right on the head. Anyways, we were going to take a look inside of this guy. So this is really all it was. Actually, can I set it down? I can. Cool. Ooh, that was a little hard for a running system. Uh, I mean, this little guy was a little Atom with all of its little RAM chips here. A couple of SATA ports. Looks like that is a... Are those... I can't tell if those are MPCIe or MSATA. I think these are MPCIe slots. Yeah, I'm going to go with a yes. Really specifically because there's a SIM chip slot right there. So you could have put a cellular card right in here, and you would have had a built-in cellular. Yes, I own the company. Um, right into here, and it's a dinky little power supply too. You know what? It's been a really long time. Just for the crap of it, let's go ahead and plug it in and see if it boots. Did I dropped all of the power cables like a dummy. Oh, I see one there. Oh, is this? Yeah. Oh, power supply comes up. It tried. We got a little bit of fan spin out of the CPU, but just solid red light. I feel fan motion though. Hey, it's trying to start up again. Yeah, still red status here. What else you run at home besides the NAS on a media server? That's really cool. I admire people like you. Oh, thanks, man. Um, who's the person that had the photo question? I'm using a photo present. To be honest, I really can't answer you. I have an iPhone, so I use the iCloud for keeping my photos backed up. And then maybe once a year I'll dump the photo data. Uh, hey, Logic Bug, going pretty good. And then once a year, I'll back up my entire photo library from my computer elsewhere. But the computer itself is backed up to Backblaze and amongst of another whole mess of things. Is there a serial console? There is a console port on here. I would love to see what's going on and why this fan wants to go at 100%. I was so bummed about these. Um, yeah, Ubuntu, it's updating right now. I had it, we just had a install on a PCIe NVMe. 600 some odd packages to be updated. So, there's that. Have you guys come across the TikTok lives? Yeah, fans at 100%. Data center will get mad at you if you do that. Ask me how I know. Um, have you come across the TikToks where it's the people trying to sell like AirPods cases and the little froggy things? They're like, tell me which one you want to see. I show you. Um, I kind of felt like that for for a moment ago. Show me which hard drive you want to see. I show you. I show you different pots. I show you servers. I don't know. It just popped into my mind. And honestly, I've fallen asleep to that more times than AirPods case. Yes, I have Naruto. Naruto. Um, anyways, that I don't know. There's something soothing about that. All right, let's put this back together. Yeah, this is actually kind of a sore subject. This unit itself. There was two of these that I bought, and they were running in show all servers. Okay, one moment. Um, and they were running as a pair. Oh, the update's finished. And when we stopped using them, I had rented or just put one out at a church. Bye. See you next time. I hope TikTok gives more of you. Yeah, just make sure to follow, and you'll see when I go live. I'm starting to do it more. Have a wonderful evening, or night, or day, or wherever you're at in the world. Um, but uh, what the crap was I saying? Yeah, so one of these was out at a church. I wasn't getting paid for it. I didn't set up a rental agreement with them because I was just trying to help them out. And then I get a call that the internet's offline over there. So I call them up. I'm like, hey, just go ahead and oh, that's why I was thinking about the AirPods guys. Don't forget to tap for like until you get the progress bar up here. You tap like. I should not be making fun of their accent or culture. I'm sorry, that was rude. It totally reminded me of that. Um, right. So I rented one of these out. It didn't go well, and when I got a call that the internet was out, I called them. I told them just to go ahead and restart it. The restart didn't bring that back up, and when I got out there, I saw the red status light. I was like, oh, this really sucks. And not long after that, the one that I had at my house started exhibiting the same issues. So I was like, you know what? Suck it. Um, and I put a FortiGate in. So we get because we're a FortiGate dealer. I got the one for my house really cheap. Actually, I think the one that I have is the NFR unit for our company. Um, so yeah, I keep this around as a memento. Um, Okay, cool. So this is done. So let's see if I can sudo apt install ZFS. ZFS has no installation candidates. is not available but is referred to by another package. This means, okay, let's go check and see what packages are available. We just also updated like basically the whole computer. So let's go ahead and just give it a quick reboot really quick. And while that's rebooting, yes, I do have to add the repo. That is exactly what I'm going to have to do. ZFS is not native to Ubuntu 2004, nor is the repo in the repository list. Guys, I'm going to be right back. I have to go get a cup of water. I'll be right back. All right. What are you running? True NAS on a T40 here? No. This is a HP Mini Gen 10 server. I don't really know if I would call it a server, more of just like a desktop unit thrown together with a couple of drive bays, to be really honest. Ubuntu is installed on a PCIe NVMe on a PCIe adapter and stuck directly into the motherboard. Ooh, flashy, flashy, flashy. So we're installing Ubuntu under that. I then have four 8 terabyte drives somewhere else. You have the Gen 8. So I have a Gen 8 right next to me as well. This Gen 8 was pulled from a customer because it died. A lightning strike came through the Comcast connection and totaled it. So this guy, this shit box, has an interesting cage to it. You know, I do like the drive styles a little bit better. I do like the fact that they had these kind of caddies rather than just the drives sliding straight in. With this, oh, great, now it won't close. Look what you guys made me do. Um, the hard drives that go in there, all you do is put the little screws in there, and they slide right into the front of the friggin' server, which is great to a point. You know, I mean, it's minimalism, so you don't have to worry about trays or caddies or whatever. You just, um, but at the same time, there's something about having a caddy. Anyways, I just got my cookies from the Grumpy Baker the other day, and when I went to go get a drink of water, I saw them, and I love the Grumpy Baker. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these while I munch, munch, munch. I'm going to have to go and find the ZFS repo, and we're going to install the ZFS stuffies on the chippies and stuff the hard drives and the datas on the computers. And I don't know if I'm going to do going through um, the entire process of setting the RSS feeds up from DistroWatch and doing all of that, but um, you know what? Like a half hour ago, I was supposed to boot from this stupid thumb drive and resize the stupid partition on the NVMe. Gosh darn it. I'll do it later. Official decision, I'll do it later. Okay. Hi, kitty cat. They love to climb around this room, man. Let's go get a repo. Let's go get a repo. Let's go get a repo. Because we can. Dude, that's my password. Oh, maybe I did actually botch it. There we go. We're adding the ZFS repo. Wee! Styro Girl, 63. How many cats do you have? Well, I'm fortunate enough to have an amazing relationship with this girl that I met from Tampa, and she had two cats. I had two cats. And then when you put two and two together, you get wrong TikTok. That's anyways, I have four cats. The one that was here, that was Sox Proxy. We have Subnet. My roommate likes to call him Dave. And we also have Mr. Jasper and Miss Moo. Really, these cookies are good. I freaking like these things. Okay, so the package list has been added. Perfect. It has not been installed, so let's go ahead and do that. Sudo apt install. Can I type? ZFS, not ZFA. What a dummy. If you're not familiar with, I need pro advice, mate, if you can. Sure, ask your question. You don't know who I am, do you? Styro Girl, I know 100% who you are. I am attempting to not reveal who you are on a public service such as this. There is such concerns as privacy. But I'll tell my girlfriend you said hi. Sent you a like. Aw, you should send me a whole bunch of them. What can you advise for a network certification path for current market requirements? Give me a sec to finish chewing, and I can answer that. Hi, kitty. I already fed you. You want to come say hello to the audience again? Okay. Come here, chunkers. Say hello. You good, kitty? Yeah, you a fatty? I suppose I can talk to you like this for a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to give you the perspective of what I would do when I have to hire someone into my company. And then I'm going to give you the perspective of what I hear from other IT companies in the area because we're friends with a lot of them. And then I'm also going to give you the perspective of what we hear from a lot of the vendors that we talk to as well, just so you get the different perspectives. I got to put him down. He's heavy. So, love you, kitty. Down. At the same time, I'm going to try and do this. So, forgive me if yay, ZFS is installed. All right. Can't remember if this is hot swap, so let's go ahead and shut down. And then I'm going to put all the drives back in here. Okay, so for my company, I don't care what certifications you have. I take the basic certifications such as Net Plus and A Plus to be the requirement for me to talk to you because that tells me that you care enough to go study the basics and the minimum, and then furthermore, then go get a certification. But I don't yield the certification as your classification of you having knowledge. Too many people can pass a test. Too many people don't actually know the material of what they're actually having a conversation with. So when we hire someone, I sit down and I have a direct conversation with them about the field that they're joining into. So I'll test them. I'll bring them in actually to this workshop, and I'll be like, okay, here's a broken network, fix it, and show me. Let's talk about these issues, and then we'll sit down for a half hour and go have a meal, and we'll something at Starbucks, and we'll talk about what systems they've worked on. In a conversation with someone, if you know that industry, for me, I can sit down and have a conversation with someone and know if they're bullshitting me within minutes. It's not that difficult. But if you can actually have a conversation about some of the stuff that you've done in the past, or just in general things that you've worked on or products that you're familiar with, then it's going to be, a pretty easy tell for me to know what the heck is going on. I need someone that can prove that they know the knowledge, not someone that has a little shiny piece of paper that tells me they have the knowledge. Um, During the entire interview process, if you're bullshitting me or you're lying to me during any of the tests, that's a disqualification for me. I need someone on the team that I can trust. And I tell people immediately and upfront when I hire them, do not bullshit me. Do not lie to me. And if you don't know something, I appreciate it more if you tell me you don't know and write it down. If I see someone writing down something they've come across, huh? Sorry about that, guys. If I see something down, because they came across something that they didn't know, I only one person ever did that, and it blew my mind because that told me that that person actually wanted to. Thank you. That person actually wanted to go and learn what he didn't know. He's open minded enough to understand that I don't know everything in this world. So I digress a little bit. The industry really wants you to have a stack of certifications starting from the bottom. So if you're going for networking, then um, then you really need to have A plus is kind of the fundamentals. If you're in the IT world, you need to have your A plus. There's really no way around that. Too many people, too many recruiters that aren't me or aren't the actual head of IT or the IT director are going to look for that because the IT director told them, well, you don't understand IT, but here's what you can look for, Mr. or Miss HR. And so, right, I got to put these drives in. Um, they'll want the A plus, and then stacked on top of that, you either have the security plus or network plus, ideally both, and then you just keep going from there. Um, People do want certifications, but once you get into it, most places are only giving you a 90-day probation period, anyways. So you you really have to know your stuff, whether or not you get a chance to meet with the IT director. If you speak with any software engineer or look at any of their hiring processes, they literally bring them in. They tell them to write a program. I heard a story from a friend of mine who was a programmer that said he got brought in for an interview and he was told to write a sort program. And even though most code editors have built-in sort algorithms, he said, "Well, this is a waste of time. Why can't I just use the sort algorithm that's built into the program? Why do I have to write one?" Um, they would know the difference, but he ended up walking out of that interview because that company just was not. Anyways, they're going to test you. They're going to look for things, and eventually, once you get into it, and if you get hired into those positions where you have to deal with HR in the very beginning, don't be a show off. Please, 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 don't be a show off. Um, Everyone always starts from the ground. Even if you're an advanced person and you're being brought into a building, in that position, in that level of that building or that company, you still have to work with other people and show that you are a part of the team. IT really isn't just certification and knowledge anymore. You have to build the relationships. You have to partially know some business stuff um, to really become a valuable asset to the team, to the company that you're working for. A lot of people don't just want to pay a guy who can sit in the back closet and program all day or work on servers all day because they need someone that can help them interact with the customers and split and explain things to them. We now have Amazon syndrome where we want things done immediately, but we also want to be in full communication with people. And so there's so many aspects to that. I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. I realize that at this point. Um, there's so many aspects to um, what really needs to happen. Certifications are really just the start of it. I used to tell people a while ago to go get a sales job. Now, not during COVID anymore. Honestly, the whole reasoning behind that was because you learned how to interact with customers. You learned how to say no to people. You learned how to help people. And it wasn't at your expense. It was at the company's expense. And when you learn how to sell things to people, you're also learning how to help them move forward, how to understand what they need to do. And you also learn the differences between different hardware and when it's time to upgrade something versus when it's time to replace something. And if they are replacing it, most companies are going to teach you and train you on how to help them set up that new product. So they're going to give you some tools and utilities to be able to go from there too. Logic Bug Man, you are just sitting there tapping on that heart button, and I absolutely love it. Thank you so much. Or backup. Yeah, yeah. So the rest of the industry and what I hear from the vendors that are taking place at other companies are really along the same lines of what we do here at our company. You're going to get tested. People aren't just taking resumes for face value anymore, and same thing with certifications. There's too many bullshitters out there that really they just want to get into the industry, and they're bullshitting their way in. Um, so just be clear headed, just be honest, and just have a conversation with someone. If you're trying to completely off topic, I saw you using Seagate drive between them and WD. Do you have a preference? I want the drive that's going to work. This is really kind of a hobbled together system. I know it's probably not the best to hobble, in a production system, we use one drive type. And we don't mix and match like I'm doing here. Um, do I have a preference? No, it really comes down to capacity of the drive, type of drive. Is that model well known, and what's the price of the drive? Because availability on and pricing on things are just ridiculous right now. I have not had a problem with Seagates. I've also not had a problem with Western Digitals. Yeah, hey, no worries, man, no worries. Well, I get asked that question a lot, so you'll probably hear me hit that tangent again. But yeah, as long as the drive works and as long as we get a good warranty on the drive, drives are going to fail. You have to expect that. Failure rate is what you really want to be aware of. Is there no shame if you don't know? Study and learn the real lab, dude. What do you think this room is? I mean, seriously, this room really was just the collection, the mass. Um, why is that the right knob? Yeah, that's the knob. This is not the knob. Sorry, guys. New tripod here. Uh, bear with me, please, please. Sorry. The question was: Is there is no shame if? Oh no, it's a statement. There is no shame if you don't know. Study and learn the real lab. Yeah, I mean, honestly, anyone could go and. You are my network god, bro. I am not like top tier expert. I know that I know a bunch, but I know that I don't know everything. But I appreciate the faith. Um, anyways, yeah, no, that AJ is pretty upfront. Like seriously, I wasn't born out of the womb knowing this shit, guys. Like you need to take some time and go learn this. And go get a small cheap managed switch. Go get PF Sense if you have a spare computer, or if you have even just a laptop. You could run a whole virtual lab in your computer if you wanted. Hey, there's a video. I'll do that. Okay, I gotta stop talking for like 2 seconds because my throat's like killing me while I eat this cookie. Welcome, new people. What is that say up there? Oh, good connection. Sorry, on the white ceiling, I couldn't read the white text. Sudo ZFS list. No datasets available. No pools available. Oh, right, because I have to import. That is fucking stupid. Oh, I hear the hard drive's going. Yeah, look at that. Okay, cool. So, RAID Z1, did find the array. Okay, cool. Online. So let's go ahead and import the array called array. Sudo zpool import array. Importing. And my hard drive light's going freaking bananas. I love my switches and most of my servers using my laptop except my offshore. I love my switches and most of my servers using laptops except my offshore. I think I understand what you're saying. Curious about what type of job to apply for right after earning my network degree. The problem with coming fresh out of school is that you may have book knowledge, but you don't have street knowledge. Unless you have a lab or something that you've been able to play in, you're going to be hard pressed to find a networking job nowadays. A lot of employers are looking for people with experience of some manner. You may have to do a lower level job for a little bit, like just a support desk, and just to show that you can actually work with customers. Um, or if you have had a couple of projects, maybe you've helped out some large buildings or something. Um, you could put that on a resume too, or say, hey, look, I know I'm pretty new to this job. I know you guys are looking for someone with experience. I'm willing to take a huge pay cut for maybe the first year while I continue to grow and learn your stuff. I'm certified. I have my degree. Like I'm ready to rock and roll. But it's going to be rough for you, man. It, the worst that can happen is that an employer says no if you apply to their job. Go, if you're locked into a specific area, apply for places in those states. If you're not in a relationship and you can move, go apply to places outside of your state. A lot of people don't think about that. Like if they're in a home, it's not hard to move around. It's not hard to move. And if you don't like that job, then go move somewhere else or move back once you get that level of experience. But um, you know, go gain your experience. I'm sorry, that sounded really rude at the very end. That's not how I meant that. Um, yeah, I don't know how to say that other than just saying that, but okay. Dancy sauce. What's up, man? Okay, cool. I appreciate you saying something. All right, cool. We're still importing. My hard drive light is lit like hecka, like a lot. So this is what I love about my cats is that they just come in here and lay with me, and they just like to chill out. I love my cats. Are you aware of the System D 0-day TCP that direct owns? Um, I don't know how to properly answer you. I do not talk about security bugs, issues, or any 0 days publicly. Um, because we do security consulting, I do have some limitations on what I can say publicly. But if I was aware of it, and if other people were aware of it, then it's probably getting fixed. And that's about all I can say. Still importing, guys. It's a 8 terabytes, so it's going through all of that, checking everything. I don't think it's scrubbing, but I suppose while that's going, because it's an NVMe drive, it's not going to matter if we move on to other things and just let that run in the background. We just can't reboot now, can we? Grumpy Baker, guys, check out the Grumpy Baker. I like his stuff. That's all. That's why I keep saying about him. Uh, what OS are you running? This is Ubuntu. This is absolutely 100% pure crystalline methadine Linux Ubuntu. Let's see if I can move. Oh, the screen's gonna stupid hit the. Oh, can I? Can we? That's a lot better. Oh, that's a lot better for both of us. Cool. That means I don't have to lean over as hard. I love it. Okay. I think I'm going to go back to UB, or not UB. Well, first of all, let's update all of this. That's actually probably a really dumb idea yeah, no, let's not update anything right now, which also means that I shouldn't install anything while this is processing. So we're just going to sit here and wait and talk about things. All right, guys, what questions can I answer for you? uh, Dark System Virus sent you likes. Aw, thanks, my guy. Just don't send me viruses. So how many of you are sitting in your grandmother's basement with a dark hoodie on with green terminal text in front of you with the lights off right now? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Anyone? I have a 100 terabyte build on Windows Server 2016. Been debating about Proxmox. I gotta get water, but I want to talk to you about that. Hold on. Oh, you guys can probably still hear me. I'm all the way in the kitchen. Curious if you guys can hear me swallow and chew my cookie. Okay. Okay. So first of all, the question that I have for you is, are you can, I'm sorry, maybe I need to get like an external microphone instead of one that is basically acting as a jawbone microphone, such as my AirPods. I will refrain from eating anything further at this point. Are you using a RAID controller for your Windows system, or are you using stored spaces from Windows Server? And how much RAM do you have in that system that you're considering installing Proxmox on? Let's start there. Come on, man, finish importing. I suppose I could put the cover back on this, and that way the hard drives will stay cool. Let's see if we can do that without managing to fuck this up. On my side of town. Imagine if he didn't qualify where he was and someone just joined. I have an LSI SAS in IT mode using drive pools. None of my data is important other than backups. Um, okay, so that's good. So you're in a good place that you could install Proxmox. How much RAM do you have? I have 72 gigs of ECC. Okay, so you're also in a good place for that too, because of the water. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. So you're in a good place as far as hardware requirements go. Um, are you just wanting to use it as a NAS or a hypervisor? Dual Xeon processors. Okay, good. Um, what is the system's intentional use? What I'm trying to get to is that using Proxmox is great because it basically automatically sets up ZFS for you, and if you don't understand it very well, the overhead is very minimum. But if you're just using it as Plex mostly and using VMs, honestly, dude, go with FreeNAS. Sorry, that was disgusting. So the biggest issue with Unraid, and my roommate was playing with it for a while, is that it is so different than ZFS to where it's not an array of disks that are acting as one IO pool. It's an array of disks that act as basically a cluster, a farm of storage, to where when you want to write a file, good to see you, bro. Wish me good luck on my first day, isn't it? Dude, man, hey, heck yeah. Good freaking luck. Dude, you got this. You honestly got this. As long as you're not finding a pipa everywhere, the world will be okay. Good luck. Go forth, be merry, and keep looking forward. And I'll see you soon. Corey Forrester joined. Hi, Corey. Where was I? Right. Unraid is and don't let anyone blame it on the network. We always get blamed on the network. Although, 30-second story, I was working with someone out at one of our mega churches, and we were trying to remove one of the QSys systems from the new office. Don't be nervous, man. You totally got this. Yeah. So, if you're new to the stream, we're in the middle of importing a ZFS pool off of 4 8 terabyte drives, and it's just taking a hot freaking minute. So we're just bullshitting right now while that's going on. Oh, look at that. I love the fact that we have this kind of community where people cheer each other on. Good job, Dark System. What the crap were we talking about? Oh, right. So, Mega Church, we were trying to combine two QSys systems. They're AV products, is what they are. We couldn't previously because they were on separate floors, and we didn't want to run it over Ubiquiti equipment because it was Gen 1 switches. Go take a look at my other videos to see how much I hate them. Anyways, so now that we could do that, we started putting things out of the unmanaged switches and back into the Cisco stacks that we had. And we kept getting clocking errors. We kept getting other errors. I'm like, it's not the network. We can see all the devices. We can ping it. We can talk to it. It's not the network. And then we start taking a deeper look into it because all of their communications is over multicast. All of their communications. And so that includes their clocking signal. Well, we just put these Cisco's into these offices, and this was not a network that we had any traffic flowing over. So I didn't care to set up a querier. Well, for once, it was actually the network's issue. And the moment that I turned the querier on the core switch over there, all the clocking issues went away and everything worked just fine. So sometimes it can be the network. Don't be so obstinate that or thick-headed that it's never not the network. Always work with your team to help them find the issue because when you work together, you solve together, and things work better together. Okay, where was I? I was not eating a cookie because you guys can hear that on my jawbone microphone, effectively AirPods. This is importing crap on a stick. I don't remember what we were doing. You? Oh, we can go on a different tangent. Oh, I was putting the case on this thing. So yeah, you guys are going to see my bald spot for a second while I put these stupid screws back in. You know, this is really the point where you're like, hey, I should close up my case because I'm done inside of it. You know, yeah, oh, it's great. Let's close this up. I'm probably gonna have to open this later, like a dummy. I'm closing up my case and putting in the screws. But you know, that's me. Come on, don't spill the cup of water that I have next to me. All right, Captain. Two screws. Two screws, not one but two. We have two screws. Phillips head have been applied. The case is secure. I don't know what the crap happened to the front of this, but can I expand storage on Proxmox or is it locked? Oh, that's what the crap we were talking about. Right, Unraid. So Unraid is basically a file manager that says, hey, okay, one file gets stored to this drive and the next file gets stored to this drive, and it balances your files across everything. So the problem with Unraid, when you're not using it in ZFS mode, which you can now, by the way, so if don't completely dismiss Unraid. It really does have a nice user interface. Is that when you're using a virtual machine on it, it only gets stored on one drive. It doesn't stripe across the drives. So if you are, sorry guys, if you're trying to get speed, your speed's going to be probably your slowest disk or whatever disk it stores that thing on there. So let's take this a step further. If some people are just aren't understanding. What case is that? This is just a HP Gen 10 micro server. That's all. If you have, where was I going with that? Anyways, oh right, if you have four 1 terabyte drives, but you want to make like a 2 terabyte virtual machine, you can't. Your file size limit is the maximum size of whatever drive that your files are being stored on. Whereas with ZFS, it actually creates an array similar to running mostly. Okay, you know, that's a big problem. Is that you have a mixed bag of drives. First of all, Unraid will use your largest hard drive as the parity drive. And so ZFS is not going to work with mixed sized drives. So that kind of takes that right out of the bat. Unless you ZFS all the 8 terabytes, ZFS the 10 terabytes, ZFS the 12 terabytes together. And at that point, you might, well, yeah, actually, Can you stripe different sized pools? I don't see why you couldn't. That'd be an interesting thing to play with. Um, Only if I'm doing dedupe. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. I've said a lot here. I'm sorry. Um, as far as the storage expansion, the new variants of ZFS will allow you to do that. The current versions of Proxmox will not let you do that. The newer beta versions of FreeNAS will let you do that. I don't remember what version they started applying that into, but some of them will, because that was just a hugely requested feature. How long have I been streaming for? My throat is killing me. Can I see any of this? Flip the camera, mirror your video, admin settings, topics, GIFs, questions. Easily manage questions. May I ask what you work as? That was 3 minutes ago. I work as a... Viewers will see the question on your live video. Oh, okay, cool, yeah. Well, that's a new feature. I like that. Or actually, sorry, an existing feature, but it's new to me. I answered this way, way earlier in the TikTok, but I am the chief engineer of my company, which basically means I have to know everything. I don't know everything, but that's my goal. I have to know servers, infrastructure engineering, cybersecurity, contract management, customers, all of that. You'll see your total stream time at the end of your stream. Yes, I know that. I just wanted to see if maybe I could see it during. I don't care. I was just curious. Uh, Done answering the question? Yes. Cool. I like that. Um, Eventually trying to get all the same size drives. Yeah, when you're doing storage pools, storage arrays, or really anything with storage, you really have to match your drives for the pool that you're doing it with. One of the servers that I have in the rack, we'll make a whole couple hour stream out of that when I redo that. It has 28 terabyte drives in it. Oh, my cough is getting a little bit worse. I got to go take another COVID test tomorrow. It's freaking import, man. It's taking forever. And I really don't want to lose the data off of there. Um, that's a lot of downloading. Um, you know what? In the interest of not killing my throat, I think I'm going to call it. But is it a RAID rebuild? No, just totally trashing how it's set up and just going through and maybe exploring Unraid again with ZFS instead of FreeNAS. Just taking a look at some of the things I want to do. The other part is that system is a hobbled together, bandaged mess. And so I would really like to rip all the band-aids off and do things properly with it. Finances have been improving, and so that would be a great thing to do eventually. The girlfriend wants to have a house, so I got to be careful that I'm not just spending all of my freaking money on IT and drones and hobby shit. But all right, you know what? Yeah, you guys always like taking a look at the rack, so we'll take a look at the rack before we end this. How much of my battery pack did I kill? Holy crap! All right, let's as usual, let's walk through the rack. I have a DJI Mavic Mini. Very nice. I actually just posted my Phantom 4 standard on eBay to sell it because I want to go get the Skydio 2. Those are. I meant the one on the Ubuntu setup. Are you rebuilding the RAID? No, just importing the ZFS pool. It's a completely different operating system that I'm importing it into, and I didn't actually export the pool, which it means it's having to go through and basically scan the entire thing. Okay, flip the camera. Okay, starting at the top. That is a quad core with 32 gigs of RAM Proxmox system. Inside there are two 4 terabyte drives in mirror. These are, what are these? I believe that's 8 500 gigabyte little SATA drives. God, I'm losing my mind. And I think there's a SSD in there that's actually running the operating system. That is a Roswell case. Very good. Below that is another hobbled together system. So this we were just playing around with crypto mining for a while. So it's got a i7, some DDR4 in there. I think only 16 gigs of RAM, a couple of graphics cards, and that was about it. You took off the front panel of this. Yeah, I don't even know where the front panel is. There was a guy that was doing a lot of mining, and he had so many extra of these cases that he never used, so he was selling them for like stupid cheap. The only thing I do like about this is that you can access the fan without pulling the server out of the rack. So if you got a bad fan, you just pop the front off of it. Below that is, I think this is a Norco case with what is that, 6, 12, 24 drive slots. They all have 4 terabyte drives in there. Let's actually check that out since this thing's off. Yep, I was right. 4 terabyte drives. I think it's a mix of reds, yes, and enterprise drives. This is the roommate server. He actually got a deal on all of those enterprise drives, but some of them started failing. Or is it? I can't remember. Red, red, black, black, black. Yeah, okay, so now I remember. He only filled half of this system because of budget. Um, cool. Some miscellaneous stuff on this right here. That hole is where I had that server that we've been working on over there, which looks like it went to sleep. Lovely. A Mac Mini which runs my Plex, and it actually connects to the server down here, but we'll get to that. Time capsule for my Macs, and back there, let's there we can walk around. Just a 10 terabyte Western Digital and a MikroTik 5 port 10 gigabit switch. All of that is sitting on top of a broken console. I really like this though. I really did like this guy, but the monitor doesn't want to connect at half the time, and it's just unreliable. Below that is a Mac server. I don't remember really anything about it other than it's noisy and it's old as crap. A HP server. What is this guy? That's the ILO crap. And that's just the serial number. Oh, there we go. This is a Proliant DL380 G7. I don't think this has anything in it. Yeah, no, just empty sleds. Yeah, all empty. And then this is the hobbled together NAS that I was talking about earlier. This has, not 20 in it? 4, 8, 16? Only 16 8 terabyte drives in there. Oh, that's right, because some of them kept dying, and I really wanted to stop replacing them, so I rebuilt without a whole 4 of them in there. Followed by a 610 that I just stuck in there because I was sick of it just being on the floor. That has a couple of drives in it. I think these are all just 300s. Oh yeah, look, I actually sharpied that on there so I would know. And then an HP, a Proliant DL20 Gen 9. So that's running Proxmox. That's actually a part of the cluster with the server at the top of the rack. And then just 4 200 terabyte. Whoa! I wish that. 4 200 gigabyte SSDs, followed by just a bunch of old IBMs and a battery backup at the bottom. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me for a while, and thanks for all the good questions. I really enjoyed them. I'm going to start doing these TikTok lives more often. These are pretty fun. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later, and have a wonderful rest of your night, evening, day, wherever you are in the world. So, sayonara. Oh, you're very welcome.